Hey, welcome to yesterday's project. Today we're working on a Jeep XJ. Whoa, big surprise, huh? This one's been in a front end rack. You can see the fender's pretty dented in. Here's the front cross member. And there's what's left of the grill. Pretty tuned up. So I've got some parts here, and we're going to see if we can't put this thing back on the road. Here's a fresh fender and another super fresh fender. So I've got my Jeep Cherokee. I've gone ahead and sliced the frame rails here. And I've got an additional piece, so I'm going to trim this frame. I'm going to trim out this damaged area here. And I've got my reference point here. And this might be able to be straightened a little bit, but I'm just going to trim it. Drill out a couple spot welds up here. Just weld that. Same here, I kind of chopped it a little bit, and I'm going to trim it, weld the frame rail in, and should be pretty good. I measured down to the floor on either side, I measured around, and everything seems to be pretty even. So, alright, so here's everything all cleaned up. Frame rails trimmed back, holes for my spot welds. Everything's trimmed back, all the damage is cut out. And this is the piece that's going to fit in there. Oops. Okay, so I'm back to my 2000 XJ. So bolted the fenders on. These were some junkyard fenders. They look pretty good. Luckily this thing wasn't too tweaked up. There was a bend here that I had to straighten out, and then these brackets were all bent up, so I replaced those. Same thing here, there was a bend, and I sliced out all the damage up front. You can see this thing was over here. The center was pretty bent up. And so I've got this ready to weld. This will get pushed back just a little bit, and then kind of tightened up, and that should take care of the damaged areas here. Same thing here. See this hole, once it's kind of closed, that's point of reference, and just get welded along here, and that's pretty much it. And then I'll just assemble the rest of the front end, and hopefully it will look like it never really got in an accident. Okay, everything's welded on. Alright, so I got everything ground down, painted, and I'll pop the radiator and the front end on, and good to go. Here's the repaired Jeep. I still have to put a hood on, get rid of these pins. I had the hood, but this is junkyard fenders, and because the vehicle's kind of scratched up, the somewhat scratched up fenders match real well. I have removed the moldings and used a rubber eraser wheel to get all the adhesive off. Down here, the frame rail and everything blended, grafted in pretty nice. The grill's got a few little cracks here. I just JB welded it from the back side and seemed like it'll work all right. And then here's the other side. Fender looks good. It had a little rust spot, and it runs and drives and looks pretty good. So just because you wreck it doesn't mean it's junk. I mean, this was technically totaled according to the cost of repairs, but with some junkyard parts, it didn't cost me very much at all, and I didn't have to worry about paint work or anything else because I just bought the parts in the same color. So